Hi Leo, happy May. I hope you are doing well. Okay, guys, these are minis. They're for singles and couples, but the energy is so insane for May that I'm just trying to get ahead of some potential disasters where maybe we can table some things until June. This is just going to bring to the surface, though. It's going to show you what's underneath, what's really underneath the underneath part of it, so that you got the month to really think about what you want to do with things, right? And then handle them perhaps maybe in June, all right? But here's what they are, because I think with the energies, we can do things now and say things now in May that may not have an opportunity to rectify. It may be the end of something if it's approached there's just consequence this month in ways that there really might not be a way to even apologize for something, anything after the fact. It's just that kind of energy, which is why I'm doing this. Okay, so you are the first card coming in. Your partner or potential partner is the second card. Your third card is the karma behind whatever this is, whatever this particular instance is here, this point in time, right? And the fourth card is the outcome, the big picture here. Every relationship that we're in does something to us. It makes something to us. We grow in some way, right? And that's the major, the overall of this relationship. If you were to look back on this in 50 years and say, this was the really big, the big thing in that, you know, what I got from that whole thing. That's really what this is about, okay? Now, again, you're coming in with the Five of Cups with the clarifier of tryst, okay? Now, your partner or potential partner is the Five of Wands and falling in love. Now, the lesson in and of itself, the karma lesson for this particular situation is the Page of Coins with the irresistibility card. Okay, and the big picture here is the Emperor with self-worth. Okay, I want to say this. It may be you in here that may want to really, when fives show up, guys, and we've got the Five of Cups as you and your partner is the Five of Wands or potential partner, okay? Fives show up and they show us where, one, we need to apply more grace, right? But it also shows us where, somewhere in our lives where we need to pay more attention to or give some attention to our behavior, right? And be that in whatever that is, right? How you show up, who you are, what you're doing, whatever it is. But it's a time where what you're doing is kind of being called into question here. Okay, now irresistibility with this third card with the Page of Coins here can be someone who plays games for attention, right? Someone who really, you know, might be flirtatious. You know, you come in here, Leo, with the Five of Coins, right? With the tryst card. Now, the tryst card is usually, it's a very lustful, erotic, sensual card, right? But it can also be a third party kind of situation here. Okay, now that's what's clarifying the Five of Cups here. So you are the Five of Cups though, right? You may have put an expectation on something that either the person couldn't, you know, measure up to it, or you couldn't measure up to it, or it just didn't go. Maybe maybe you were looking at something where, you know, it could be too where you may have hurt someone else. That could possibly be the case too, where you weren't looking for anything long term. You know what I mean? And the person really, you know, might have fallen for you or may be falling for you. So if you're not in a relationship, be very clear with the people that cross your path, because they may fall for you very hard here. And if you're not looking for that, a long-term a long-term relationship, you want to just be, you want to be upfront and clear about that, because if you're not, there's karma in that will, especially now, will not play well in a time where you're really in a relationship looking for something long-term and someone turns around and does something like that to you. So again, we've got cards in here that say you want to pay attention to your behaviors, right? You may just want to, you may not even know you do that, or that may not be the case at all, right? But with tryst in here, it's kind of saying that it's a third party kind of deal. So if you know someone is with someone else, you may just want to be conscious of that. Okay. Now your partner comes in with the Five of Wands. That's someone who's got some internal, it's someone who's a very restless person, right? It can be someone too that also, ironically, may not be, they're not very settled. What do I do when it's just, you know, what do I do with this restless energy? Do I go out and do things that are productive and integrity based, or do I go out and do things, you know, am I falling in love or am I falling in lust might be the case, right? It's just, you want, there's a need in here to really to look at some things, right? To really look at some things. Now the karmic lesson in here, the little one is, you know, the Page of Coins. The Page of Coins is someone though, kind of very, you know, very similar to the Emperor. They're the earth signs. They kind of protect themselves. They're not really the ones that go out on a limb for things. They're more, you know, they're going to weigh things out first. So this is a little perplexing here, but you've got irresistibility here, right? So that's what it, you know, the card is about. Maybe it's about knowing your worth. You know, maybe it's about knowing that you deserve better relationships. You deserve more fulfilling, substantial, worthy relationships of yourself, right? The outcome, the big picture here is the Emperor, right? It's about power. It's about strength. It's about self-worth. The Emperor knows who he is. Absolutely. You know what I mean? But so does the Princess of Coins there, the Page of Coins, you know, but underneath the Emperor, you've got self-worth here. You know, so maybe just be more diligent with the people that that you're entertaining or the relationships that you're in, right? Whoever it is, if this is not someone you're in a relationship with or that's coming your way, you know, just keep in mind that, you know, they may be falling in love or in lust with you. I would be very clear on what that is. That may be your main takeaway from here. You know, is knowing your self-worth, knowing your value. You are irresistible. You know what I mean? And, you know, that's kind of what you should be pulling in here. But maybe you're not. Maybe you're selling yourself short here with the Tryst and the Five of Cups. You know, and you're not getting what you want and you're continually being, you know, let down. It may be that you're just pulling in people that really aren't, you know, worthy of you. That could be the case too. Okay, so there you go. I hope that I helped you in some way. It's a month to really reflect, especially on this one. I think it's more about you and, you know, what you're attracting, what you're wanting. And, you know, the Five of Wands too, if that is a current relationship, the person really cares about you. Maybe you're holding them to expectations that they can't, you know, that aren't fair. Let's just put it that way. Okay, so there you go. I hope that I helped you in some way.